Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Knowledge Transfer. In today's topic, I'm going to cover how to handle customer refund configuration and process in Oracle Fusion Accounts Receivables. First, let me give a brief like what does it mean by customer refund. So, let's say you have given a service to a customer of around 300 rupees, 300 rupees or $300, but in return, they had make a payment to you with a sum of around $400. So the excess amount is 100, right? So we have seen if let me write here. Transaction was of 300, but we have got a receipt of around 400. So unapplied amount will be 100. So we have seen one of the concept called as on account receipt means we can hold that $100 on account of a customer, and whenever the customer is going to take a service back from us, we will be adjusting that $100. That is one of the functionality we had used. But today we are talking about customer is not going to take a service from us, or he don't want to adjust the amount which is unapplied in the next transaction. So what we can do is we can refund that $100 to our customer. For that we do have a very minimal process, minimal setups. Let's quickly have a look. So customer refund is here. So the very first thing will be we'll be setting up a minimum amount like what should be the minimum amount which should be going for the refund. So we can set as around 1 rupees, $1 you can say, or let's say $100. So if anything below $100 will not allow us to make a refund, we can only adjust it or we can keep it on hold on account receipt. And there is one more concept that we call as receipt write off. See, let's say you have a 999. You had billed to a customer of $999. Customer had make a payment of around $1,000. The 1 rupees, they are not going to adjust, right? They are not going to adjust it in our next transactions. That is we call as on account receipt, or neither they want like a refund of that 1 rupees or $1. So there is a different concept for that we call as receipt write-off. We can see it into the next video, but today is customer refund. So the very first thing will be how much amount we do want to refund to a customer. What should be the minimum amount, minimum limit? So that we can set it at the receivable system option configuration. So let me write system option set minimum refund amount. Next we have we'll be creating a receivable activities called as refund. I hope everyone knows till now why we create receivable activities to pick the necessary accounts for particular things like let's say refund. When we are using the refund concept, the account of refund will be picking up from the receivable activities, these type of things. And if someone doesn't know about that, they can see my basic video. I had explained it over there. So receivable activities we have to create as refund. Next we have like let's say when you are using a concept called as refund, there will be a remittance batch which should be approved by some of the user or some specific user. So who are the one they can approve that we are going to set it in our third configuration that we call as manage approval limit. We'll see. We'll see it into the system. Currently, it will be looking like it will not be coming into a clear picture. But when we will be running it through the system, we'll be getting a clear picture. Limit. Once we are done with this three, we are good to go with the concept called as refund. So let's see what are the process we can follow to check whether all the configuration are in the correct place or not. So very first thing we will be create risk transactions of let's say 1 Mm, let me give some good amount. 2,500. $2,500. We'll create a receipt of 3,000. Correct. So unapplied amount is $500. So what we'll do is we will be giving it as a refund of $500. So for that we need to, let me erase this. 500 is pending. Okay. So for that we need to create a remittance batch. Approve the remittance batch. Approve it. And at very last, refund it. Refund of around 500. Approve will be done by our user that we'll see. So, yes. So let's quickly jump into the system and see how does it look like. So here I am using the user call as Bell. Why I am saying it today is just because to remember it when I will be going into the third configuration as manage approval limit, you should know that. Why I am saying it as Bell user. So with the Bell user, we will be following all the process like configuration as well as the process. So what we go to the setups and maintenance, search for the task call as manage receivables, system option. Search with your business unit, edit your business unit. So you can see there is the second tab called as cash processing. Go to the second tab. And here we have minimum refund amount. So currently it's 1. I can set it as 20. So means any amount which is below 20, we are not going to make any refund for that. We can just put it on account receipt or create a receipt write-off. Uh, so we have set a minimum refund amount as 20. Click on save and close. So very first configuration has been completed. Now create a receivable activities, create as refund. So whenever we do a rapid implementation, most of the receivable activities used to be created. Now let's see. It might be created before or you can create it again. It's totally depends upon you. So this is the receivable activities. So I had already created it before, just wanted to show you. So here we have Bell refund. So let me show you in details so that whenever you will be practicing it, so you just need to give it here the name, GL account source as activity GL account, tax rate code as none. You can give the description same as what you have given as the name. Activity type, remember it. Activity type will be refund or else it will not be showing you during the time of refund. If you are selecting some another things like chargeback and all by mistakenly, so whenever you will be performing a refund, your refund will be freeze. You won't be able to use it. So active will be active, set the GL account as refund or whatever the dummy account you want to provide for testing purpose, you can do it. Click on save and close. So this is how we used to create receivable activities. Now the very last steps, and for that only I had said, remember my user. My user was Bell. So then so whenever you are going to set the approval limit, make sure you cannot set the approval limit for your user by yourself. You need some other user which will be setting up the approval limit for your user. Let's say my 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 user is Let me save and close. Okay, it's not going. So, well, so whenever you are going to set a approval limit, so your user should be some other user and as well as Bell, right? So we'll be setting it for Bell. So I am going with the Dell user. So what I will do, I will go with the Dell user, search for the task call as manage approval limits. Instance is a bit slow, I believe, but it's okay. So search for manage approval limit. Manage approval limit, search it. Then next you are going to search the username. So my username is Bell. Let me see. There are many Bell right now. Okay, Bell. This is my username Bell. Click on search. Why I'm searching, I'm just showing you because I had already created my refund. Bell credit memo refund. Then currency is US dollar. The minimum approval limit is $1, and the maximum my user can approve is this much. Like it's infinite number I had given it. Now this is how we set the approval limit. So this I had already created, so I am not going to create it anymore. Let me show you, but how you should follow it. Approval limit. Okay, you are not going to search it because you haven't created it, right? So you need to go to the add row. Okay, search your user number, username, sorry. Let's say any user I am giving it for now. There, here we have credit memo refund. Why you are selecting credit memo refund? Because we will be performing the refund in my further videos or further upcoming. Here we have write off. That is a separate concept. For that also we need to create a approval limit. We will be seeing it later. So focusing on credit memo refund, select the currency. What should be the minimum amount? Let's say 1, and what should be the maximum amount? Let's say 2000. Okay, I am setting it for some of the random user just to show. Click on save and close. So this is how you set the approval limit. Once you set the approval limit, you should come back to the user, back to the user from which you are going to perform all the processes. So see, we have set the minimum refund amount in the receivable system option configuration. We have created a receivable activities called as refund, as well as we have created an approval limit for the refund as well for my particular user. So let's quickly follow the process. So the very first process will be we'll be creating a transaction. Let's quickly create a transaction. I'm not going to use this Dell user anymore, so I'm closing it. We will be focusing only the Bell. Why I had used Dell user just to show you that for approval, setting up the approval limit, we need to go it from some other user. Let's quickly create a transaction. For transaction, we used to go to the receivables, billing, task list, then create a transaction. Bell invoice, my Bell customer. Description is KT, knowledge transfer, refund transaction 001, quantity 1, and the amount we are planning it for 2500. Correct. Click on save. I'll be copying the transaction number. My transaction number is done. Click on complete and close. So you have created a transaction. Now let's quickly create a receipt. For receipts, create receipt. Select your business unit. Select your receipt method. And the receipt is for KT RECIPT refund user 1. And we are planning it for 3000. Let me copy the number. My receipt is done. Now submit and apply manually. Add your open receivables. My receivables number, oh sorry, my transaction number was. See, receivables number means, receipt reference number means you need to provide here the transaction number. Mostly even I used to get confused. Select it, click on add, click on done. Now here I need to brief, I want to brief it a bit for clarity. So first of all, you can see that status has been confirmed. So once the status has been confirmed, you won't be able to perform um, any refund. Okay, why I will say you. Currently we have unapplied amount, correct, of 500 rupees. If you want to perform on account, like if you want to put it on account, we can go here. You can see create on account application is there, but your issue refund is like freeze faded. You won't be able to use it. You can only use it create on account application. Then what's the solution? The solution is, as I had mentioned, till here we have done, pending was this one. We are going to create a remittance batch. Why? Just because if receipt status is confirmed, you cannot perform refund. Status should be remitted. Means status of here it should be remitted. Then only you can come here in the action and you can see the field call as issue refund, or else the field will be freeze. So we are good. We are good till here. We will be clicking on save and close. We are very good till here. The additional step which you are going to do is click on task list. Here we have a separate a section called as receipt remittance. So what we'll be doing is we will be create receipt remittance batch. Okay. Here you will be selecting your receipt class, the receipt method, and the same way bank and all everything will be popping up automatically. So what you will do is you will be adding it your receipt. Let me quickly give my receipt number. What was my receipt number? See, if you are unable to remember it or you had forgot to copy your receipt number, what you can do is you can go with some other filter as customer name. Many things are there. Click on search. So here you can see 3000 has came into the picture. Click on select. Click on apply. Click on done. Once we are done with all this, click on save and close. So remittance batch has been created as 1002. Go to the task list. Here we have the second option called as manage remittance batch. Now why we are going to see, we have already created receive remittance batch, but we need to go to manage remittance batch is just because you need to approve it also. That's the reason we have set the approval limit. And now an approval limit I had set it for my user as Bell user so that I only should be able to approve it. So let's quickly see how to approve it. So my business unit is Bell. Remittance number is 1002. If you had forgot to copy the remittance batch number, you can always use a single filter called as business unit or remittance method or or give a date. Many things are there. Go to the advanced functionality if you need. Click on search. So here you can see the remittance batch has been created. The status is completed creation. So if you click on here, you can see all the details. Click on cancel. You can approve it from here. Either you can come select this line and approve it from here. So here you can see that the information has been popping up. Now wait for the status to get changed from completed creation to approval or approved or completed approval. It will be, yeah, completed approval has been completed. So once the status has been completed, now what we will do is go back to the receipt again, search with the manage receipt, provide the receipt number, Click on search. Let me show you. So here you can see the 2,500 amount was there, but we have received a 3,000 amount. The unapplied amount was 500. So we were unable to see the field call as issue refund. Now if you click on action, go to more, you can see issue refund. Click on it. It is ticking up automatically 500. It's just because system is understanding whatever the unapplied amount is there, excess amount is there, that should be refund back to the customer. And whenever you are performing a refund, okay, the very first thing you should know is you are refunding it from the accounts receivables, correct? But we are making a payment from accounts payable. So what system does it? System used to create our customer, whatever the customer is, well customer, let's say, it will be create in accounts payable as a party. We will see. So customer party side, let's say one customer have multiple side. This type of things has been coming to the picture. You can select the side it from here. What should be the refund fund payment method? So I do have only check, so I'll be checking taking as a check. Click on OK. Now you can see application reference number is not visible over here. So whenever you will be saving it, let's wait for it. It's gonna take time a bit. We should see application reference number over here. So what does the application reference number say is with that application reference number, one invoice will be created in accounts payable and yes. So this is my application reference number 8001. Let me copy it down. Then save and close. So we have completed from the accounts receivable side. Done. Now what we're gonna do is we will be going into the accounts payable from where the payment will be made back to the customer. So go to the payable screen, go to the invoice section, go to the task list, manage invoices. You can search it with the invoice number 8001. Click on search. So here you can see, let me open it. Okay. And you can see we do have a bell customer, but in accounts payable, it is created it as a party as bell customer with a sum of around 500. If you want to make a payment, you can pay it, and you can see the line details as 500. Unpaid amount is 500. Uh, yeah, this all thing and the invoice is already validated, so you can click on here, action and pay in full, whatever you want. So this is how customer refund used to work. So mostly we have completed this. And let me know or whenever you are testing it, if you are getting any issues or any types of bugs which you are unable to fix it out, you can pin me in my comment box. I will be able to help you guys. And yeah, this is all. So we have completed customer refund, we have completed on account receipt. So I'll be focusing it one more concept called as a receipt write-off. What if customer doesn't want refund and customer doesn't want to adjust that amount in their next transaction, so their specific amount will be unapplied receipt. So what's the problem of unapplied receipt, right? So with if there is unapplied receipt or unapplied amount, that will be coming into a specific report and which can misguide us. That's the reason organization used to want always to clear it off, like there should not be a single penny which should be as a part of unapplied amount. So we have completed customer refunds. So thanks everyone. I hope you had liked this video, and I know it's a quite long video, but it's more interesting video and you'll be getting a clarity. I request you guys to practice it one time and let me know if you face any issue. Thank you everyone.